The medieval village of Renheim lived under the shadow of a terrifying legend. At the edge of the village, nestled between mountains and dense forests, lay the Valley of Shadows, a place said to be cursed. Anyone who entered disappeared without a trace. Villagers believed an ancient sorceress's spirit dwelled there, devouring souls to increase her power. The legend was clear. Do not approach the Valley of Shadows, or your end will be certain. Jacob, a reckless and arrogant young man, scoffed at these tales. He saw them as mere stories invented to keep the villagers safe. One night, during their gathering at the small tavern, Jacob mocked their fears, proclaiming loudly, "You are cowards. I will go to the Valley of Shadows and prove it's just another forest." Some villagers tried to dissuade him, but his stubbornness overwhelmed their words. That same night, Jacob prepared his lantern and sword and ventured towards the valley under the moonlight, ignoring all warnings. As he neared the forest, he sensed something different. The air grew heavy, the wind carrying strange whispers. The tall trees seemed to watch him, and the sounds of animals vanished completely. Yet, Jacob pressed on, determined to prove his bravery. The deeper he went, the darker it became. The whispers intensified, morphing into chilling murmurs that seemed to claw at his sanity. The path, once clear, twisted and turned, leading him deeper into the heart of the valley. He stumbled upon a clearing where a gnarled, ancient oak stood, its branches reaching towards the sky like skeletal fingers. A chilling mist swirled around the tree, obscuring the ground. Suddenly, a spectral figure emerged from the mist, its eyes glowing with an eerie green light. Terror gripped Jacob. His bravado evaporated. The figure spoke, its voice a raspy whisper. "You dare trespass in my domain?" Jacob, paralyzed by fear, could only stammer, I didn't know." The figure laughed, a sound like crackling ice. "Ignorance is no excuse. Many have come before you, seeking to challenge my power, but all have met their end." It raised a hand, and a cold wind swept through the clearing, extinguishing Jacob's lantern, plunging him into darkness. Jacob, his courage shattered, turned and fled. He ran blindly through the forest, the figure's laughter echoing in his ears. He stumbled, fell, and scrambled to his feet, his heart pounding in his chest. He didn't stop running until he reached the edge of the forest, collapsing onto the familiar path leading back to Renheim. He never spoke of his encounter in the Valley of Shadows again. The experience had changed him, stripping away his arrogance and replacing it with a deep respect for the legends and fears of his village. He understood now that some mysteries are best left undisturbed, and some tales are not mere stories, but warnings from a past that refuses to be forgotten.